and welcome to Old Brother, a podcast about Salford/Manchester's legendary and much missed musical institution, The Fall. Each week we invite along a guest to chat about their experiences and memories of the group. In this special Christmas episode we'll be speaking to our brothers Harry and Andrew about what The Fall meant to them, which, surprisingly enough, is not as much as you might think. Hope you enjoy it.
What, is it a quiz?
Not quite, no. Right, it's a podcast. Right.
Jesus Christ, I hope you're not getting rid of the first 22 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Right, shut up.
Shambles.
I'm going to start. Right, we're ready. Right, yes. Good evening and welcome to the Christmas special of the Old Brother podcast with me, Paul Hanley, and my brother Steve, erstwhile bass player with The Fall for nigh on 20 years. We've got a special treat this evening. Basically, we've got two people here who really don't like The Fall at all. So for the purpose of the microphone, we're all going to sound exactly the same. So if you'd both like to say hello, I'll do it in age order. So we'll go with the really I'll get first. This is my elder brother, Harry. Say hello, Harry.
Hello.
And this is my younger, the baby of the family, Andrew, who's barely out of nappies. Say hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Very good. So we're going to ask you about your many and varied experiences of The Fall. Seeing as you were there when we were in The Fall. So let's get the time periods right, first of all. So what year did you join The Fall, Steve?
79.
1979, presumably.
1979.
Right, okay. So where were you in 1979, Harry?
I was at Leeds University.
Right, okay. So obviously hotbed of
punk.
Post-punk.
Yes.
So you obviously a finger on the pulse.
I was there watching Harry Chapin, people like that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Harry Chapin. Right, Andrew, what were you? So you were what? 11?
13 in 79, yeah.
Right, so you were a bit young then, weren't you? So were The Fall on your radar at all as a student at Leeds University? Before had you ever heard of The Fall?
What? Yeah, of course I did. You were in it.
Before we were in it,
no.
Leading.
No. But one of the blokes I shared a house in the first year was obsessed with The Fall.
Was he really?
Yes, and would not accept that I was your brother because I was so boring. I couldn't possibly be related to the thing, to anybody who was in The Fall. He thought I was lying.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
Right. So that was 19. So you started. What year did you start at Leeds?
79.
Right. Okay. So pretty much exactly the same time as you joined The Fall, then, Steve.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting question. When was the first time you played Leeds University?
I'd say, yeah, early on, maybe 1980.
Well, I remember we played a number of times at Leeds University. We played the Riley Smith Hall.
Yes, I was there.
Were you?
Yes, I used to go every time you played Leeds. I used to go.
Did you really?
Yeah. As long as I got him free, I did. Yeah.
Well, you would have got me free, wouldn't you? Obviously. Yes. Andrew's just doing a little mime there, which isn't great for podcasts. But
I'm sorry.
Mime reading a book. Now, this may be
complete myth.
Slightly apocryphal, but I seem to remember watching you in the balcony when we played. I think I might be wrong.
Free Trade Hall, it was. I was there.
You were sat there reading a bleeding book.
No, I wasn't. It's a myth.
Lord of the Rings.
It's a myth. What it was.
And then he read the Two Towers the next time, and then Return of the King.
Let him speak. Go on.
I'm sorry.
He was checking the bus timetable, if you must know.
I had a book with me. I read the book on the way in. And
long journey
home on the bus.
Yes,
112 on the bus, 108. And because I had this book sticking out of my pocket, I got ripped to pieces by my lovely brothers for bringing a book to the Fall game. And that grew into I was reading the book. I was not reading the book because I couldn't possibly concentrate with that bloody noise going on.
Oh, right. You didn't have your little light, did you? For the...
What was the book?
Jesus Christ. So what about you, Andrew? Did you know much about The Fall when I joined, or when Steve joined?
I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, but The Fall was the first gig I ever went to. It was either The Fall or Adam and the Ants.
I'd go with Adam and the Ants, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think so.
Probably cool. But either way, they both had two drummers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the first band you ever saw had two drummers. I think we can definitely say that then. So where did you see The Fall then?
Where was that?
Oh, somewhere in town. God knows.
Somewhere in town.
think the university. I think.
Well, could have been the Poly.
Steve met me off the bus, and
you must have been pretty young.
Charged me a £5 to get in.
You must have been pretty young.
I was only about 14, 15, I think.
So if you were 14, what year was that then?
That'd be 1980.
Right. Okay. So Steve met you off the bus. That's very nice of him, wasn't it?
It was actually. Yeah, I think that's the only reason my mum and dad let me go, to be honest, because he was looking after me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it might have been the Poly, actually. Manchester Poly. Was the
maybe.
We played then.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will let us know.
Hey?
I'm sure somebody will let us know.
Oh, yeah, Danny knows listening. He'll probably let us know.
It only cost me £4.
Danny know, if you're listening, what pants did Steve have on that day? Was that them black ones?
The bigger question is, what size pockets did Harry have on where he could fit a book in? He's carrying a book in his pants.
He had his young person's adventure trousers with
my leather jacket, me
donkey jacket.
No, my velvet jacket.
Your velvet jacket, yes.
I was a fashionista.
The punk rock look, wasn't it then, yeah. Harry swaned in looking like one of Bard and Minor.
Please nail that I do not swan. Jesus Christ. Swanning round Africa, it says in somebody's book.
It doesn't say swanning round Africa.
It does.
Does it?
Yes.
Is that how you describe them? Swanning.
Yes. Swanning round Africa. Yes. Only you could describe somebody teaching African kids as swanning around Africa.
So what year did you go to Africa then?
I went there. I think I went there about 82, till 84. Something
right, okay. Just to get away from the fact that your brothers were in the fall.
So you got as far away
from the fall as absolutely possible. Oh, when I went there, some bloody American had the tape and was going on about the fall and wouldn't have it that I was your brother either. He didn't believe me either. Oh, you're not. Why not? You're not there, brother. Because I don't know. People just...
What air did you give out that you couldn't possibly be...
Well, it might have been the John Denver albums I was playing on a repetitive loop that might have gone.
I think you were Elton John by then. You'd surely bypassed...
I had a wide range of...
Yeah. Did you still have the Happiest Millionaire on there?
I did not buy the Happiest Millionaire.
That was a good album.
There's only one person in this room who's bought the album The Happiest Millionaire.
Who's that?
You. You bought it for me.
Oh, I did about a couple of years ago. Yeah, when you got a deck, I did buy you that. Because it's funny enough, Terry Christian was talking about that the other night. About Tommy Steele.
What a fantastic.
The Happiest Millionaire. And the other one was the Irish one. When he was a leprechaun.
Oh, Look to the Rainbow, that one. The
Finian's Rainbow.
Finian's Rainbow.
Yeah, both of them.
Best film of all time.
He gave all.
Brilliant.
Petula Clark.
With a fantastic Irish accent.
Yeah. And what was it? Was it Fred Astaire?
Fred Astaire,
yeah.
Not Freddie Starr.
Freddie Starr, yeah. Kill my... Yeah, same minute. Freddie Starr, dressed up with the German.
Freddie Starr was not in the Happiest Millionaire. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, sorry.
Right. So, trying to get back to the fall. So, when was the last time you saw the fall? And was Steve still in him when you saw the fall? But do
you actually think?
I went to see him when Stephen in him.
He wouldn't go when I was in him. Never mind when I left.
I went to see him loads.
You did go see him.
I used to see him. He used to play Leeds about 3 times a year.
It's always a good player, Leeds, wasn't it? Yeah. Because those university gigs then were massive, weren't they? Every sort of major town, the big gig to play was the university. Certainly, that Riley Smith Hall, that was live at Leeds. That's the Who, isn't it? That was in there.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't it?
Hit Priest, yeah.
No, but live at Leeds, you know the Who, the famous
John Martin live.
Oh, is it?
Brilliant album.
John Martin
live at Leeds.
Is he still with us, John Martin? Didn't he die recently?
Yeah. Not recently, a few years ago, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Were you at that?
No, that was a year before I went.
Oh, right, okay.
But I did see him every year at Leeds.
Was that Who live at Leeds at the university?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
they used to get thousands in there. It was absolutely heaving. And then one day, somebody from the fire service came round and cut the amount of people in by down to about 10% of what they were getting in.
Yeah.
when you come out at the end, it was so packed. There'd be clouds of steam coming out from the sweat from people's bodies. It was completely mad. But,
yeah. Well, that was what happened with Bonds in New York, wasn't it, Steve? Where there was this venue in the Clash were playing like 7 nights or something in New York, and the fire people came in and said, "You've oversold this by like 50% every night." So they ended up playing like 21 nights, one of which the Fall supported.
all right.
With Mr. Stephen Hanley on bass guitar. Didn't knock me on drums. I was home doing my bleeding A-levels at that point, and I wasn't allowed to go, but I'm not bitter about it. I've never mentioned it since.
No. I mean, every time two people.
There's a tenuous link there to bring it in.
I got it in then, didn't I? Do that.
Some sweaty blokes in a club in Leeds to you not playing with the Clash.
So how about you, Andrew? Was you when you were knocking about, sort of?
Yes.
When you got a bit older, probably after I left the Fall.
I used to always go and see him.
No, but was anybody ever impressed with your brother being in the Fall? I don't remember anybody being massively impressed, even when I was in him. It wasn't like
it wasn't the best shout line I ever used in DeVille's. I must be honest with you. It wasn't that successful.
No,
what's your best chat line?
Jesus Christ!
Used to be a Hoover band. I used to give him a Hoover band. Yeah.
Jimmy the Hoover. They would have gone.
But no, I used to go and see him all. I always got my mates in for now and stuff. But there was one night I had to pay into the Hacienda to see him, which upset me a little bit.
I saw you at the Hacienda.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
It was like one of those.
We went to the Hacienda twice.
Oh yeah, what was the other time then?
Rolf Harris.
Which one are you more embarrassed about now?
Yeah, let's get that.
Close run thing.
Different time.
Oh, cool.
Rolf Harris played the Hacienda.
Rolf Harris played the Hacienda.
He did, yeah.
With the full Jake the Peg, the lad the leg. Fantastic. I can't say it's fantastic.
No.
It was appalling. Even at the time, I realised.
Yeah, he did the full Jake the Peg. He didn't do the 2 minute sort of praise scene.
The head version.
He had the woggle board. It was fantastic. He didn't do a picture.
Oh, he didn't do a picture? No. Can you see what it is? Yeah, you can see what it is now. Go.
Tell what it is. Yeah. When you see what it is. Yeah.
Is he out yet, Ross?
I don't think so, no.
Don't know, actually. Gary Blair's out, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's
in
out.
Thailand, don't he?
Can we move on?
What attracted you to Thailand then, Gary?
I just...
Yes,
we move on.
I need more.
All right, okay. Well, we'll edit this out in post, shall we? The two old elder Hanley brothers have both gone for a top up of some libation or other. Did you like the Fall?
No.
Not at all? Couldn't stand them? In any way, shape or form? Were you not impressed by them in any way?
No. Awful. Truly awful. I'm sorry. Emperor's New Clothes, as far as I'm concerned.
What?
I mean, being honest.
No, yeah, you're being brutally honest.
I
cannot fault you on your honesty.
Andrew, did you like them?
I did, yeah.
You lie.
I think you find I've written my top 5 Fall songs down in preparation.
Oh, let's have a look then. Go on then.
Ghost in My House.
Crap.
It's not a Fall song.
Mr. Pharmacist. Victoria. Lost in Music. Day in the Life.
All
classics.
all the classics.
Yeah, I mean that. I tell you what, there's 2 things about all of them. A, they're all cover versions. B, I'm not on one bastard.
I think the drumming on them brilliant.
Yeah. Drumming on all.
They're all Simon.
Brilliant.
They're all Simon.
Give them again.
Good drummer though, wasn't he, Simon? He's a great drummer.
He was a great drummer, yeah. But go on, give us them again.
That was the golden age, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Ghost in My House, Mr. Pharmacist, Victoria, Lost in Music, A Day in the Life.
All Simon. All post your favourite brother.
Ghost in My House, originally by
Dean Taylor.
Famous for being
the only white bloke on Motown. You'll have to get up a bit earlier than this, Andrew.
Sorry, I'm Andrew.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a while. I never liked the Falls version of Ghost in My House. I thought Victoria was good, and I think Lost in Music's fantastic. Ghost in My House, I never really liked that. I don't know what. That was your biggest hit, wasn't it?
I think it was. In the hit parade.
In the hit parade?
I think they both got to the same number, Victoria and Ghost in My House.
What was that, bubbling under, was it?
35.
With a bullet?
Yeah. Well, there was a bit of a hint there about the Fall, and if they were the ones that would we not have been better off doing just covers.
Give over, they're not bloody Black Lace.
Black Lace never did a cover version.
Did they not? Yeah,
so they were the successful ones.
They never wrote. They wrote "I Am the Music Man." Didn't they?
I'm sorry. No,
they didn't do that. That's not one of their hits, was it?
Yes, it is.
I Am the Music Man. That's not.
I come from round your way. That's Black Lace.
No.
Get on your portaphone and look it up.
They were not Agga bloody do.
Yeah, I know they were Agga do.
What about the songs on the 38 albums?
Yeah, I know, it's bloody charming, isn't it?
Black Lace never had 38 albums.
Not Black Lace, you la. The Fall. Remember, it's the Fall podcast, not the Black. We're doing the Black Lace podcast next week. Do you not remember? That's the one with the big listenership. He died, didn't he? He died the singer at Black Lace not so long ago.
Oh, didn't know that.
He did. Who else died? Somebody else I was reading today. There's one member of the Suite still alive, I believe. One. And there was some other band, the last living member of... I don't think it was Shiwaddy Waddy. It was one of them. I can't think now, but he died. So the last member of... It was... No, it wasn't Racy. Racy are all still alive, I think. Well, we've taken a bit of a downturn here, haven't we?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So that... No, I'll tell you what's a great song by The Fall.
Leaps to your front of your memory, doesn't it?
Hip Priest. That's a great song. Yes, that's
Good in Silence of the Lambs.
Oh no, I don't mean that one. Then I mean that other one.
Oh Jesus!
Check the record. That's a great song. That's a great song. That. Yeah.
You'd hardly call it a song, would you? It's one bloody riff. It's something that goes up. Go away and have a bite. That'll still be playing. That one.
I like that. That's very good.
I like that as well.
So when people are using Fall songs in films and TV programs, they do tend to be like somebody who's completely morally bankrupt.
They do. You know, that was that one with the one with what's his name? Hugh Laurie.
Yes.
And his daughter, he was an MP, one of his daughter. Yes. What can we have her in a nightclub being completely off her head on drugs? And it was totally wild.
Oh, the one about the guy in Dundee setting the gig up. They use a Fall song. What's that called?
Right.
No, it's a good film actually, but I can't remember.
This person is completely beyond the pale. What shortcut music can we use to illustrate how?
Yeah, well, apparently in the book,
what an appalling human being he is.
Yeah, in the book of Trainspotting, they're all Fall fans. They're not in the film, I don't think, but they are in the book.
I rest my case.
It was used in that Guilt as well the other night, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh, so it was. Yeah, that's right.
One of the but that not a song. I don't think either of you were on it.
Oh, one of the good ones.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
So, what was the last time you saw the Fall live? Then, if you never saw them after Steve, like what year?
I've tried to kind of whack them out. I can't remember.
Bloody charming.
I used to get them.
So you must have seen them when you came back from swanning round Africa. You must have done.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Right? Did you? The thing is, I don't have any memories of going to see the Fall with either of you two ever. I mean, obviously, when I was in the band, I didn't go and see them with you two, but don't remember me and you rocking up.
Yeah, we saw them in that 10 Years of Punk at GMAX.
Oh, yes, the Festival of the 10th Summer, yeah.
It was on New Order were on, weren't they, in the Smiths?
Everybody was bloody on that night, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
We went to that together, right, okay. Some good bands on that day, weren't there? Happy Mondays were on.
Was it?
Yeah, Happy Mondays were on,
and the Fall.
And the Fall, yeah.
But no, I'd never go and see them without either of you two being them.
I never saw them.
I might have to pay.
I never saw them after Steve, but you saw them, didn't you, Steve? After you.
Yeah, have you, Steve? Yeah.
I didn't see them. No. Oh, I have. I have. No, tell a lie. I did see them once at Castlefield when the Buzz with some festival in Castlefield with the Buzzcocks.
All right. Okay. What year would that have been?
That was probably about 2001, something like that, about 3 years after I left.
Right, okay. You didn't go backstage to catch up, hang around backstage like a real rock and roller?
No, and I went when my son Paul's band supported him at the Beer Cellar in Manchester, but I didn't stay for the fall.
Didn't you? Okay. No, because I tell you what I was interested in, and people are quite impressed these days. We're not being funny. People are quite impressed when you talk about the fall these days, and everybody seems to know who they were. But that wasn't the case, was it?
No.
You could say, I'm in a band, or who are you? Or I'm in the fall, and it was like blank face, wasn't it? They weren't the same. It wasn't the same. I don't know why, because we did all right. I mean, you know, they were quite big, weren't they? Certainly after I left. Funnily enough, coincidentally, they got quite big after I left. But it was never that sort of man in the street knew who they were. Well, no. I think they do now.
But you could say that about a lot of bands that, you know, that you think are big and you know about them, but you know.
Velvet Underground.
It's been massive on Twitter.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of an echo chamber, isn't it, Twitter? You think everybody's got the same view as you about everything.
People who like the fall, though, absolutely love them, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah. That is a great thing. That's a great thing about it, yeah.
It is. It's better than being in Jesus Jones, isn't it, Steve? What was that other band he said as an example of a band? For the listeners at home, I must explain. Am I all right to say this, Steve? I think we've all passed enough water, haven't we? There's enough water.
Yeah.
When, you know, they do this thing in Mojo, and it's like beginning and end. So you get like half the
first day, last day.
First day, last day. So the first, when I first joined the fall, Steve did it, and then his last day, and he said, "I left the fall, you know, but it's they were never massive." But it's better than being in Jesus Jones or the Inspiral Carpets where you're massive one day and nobody's ever heard of you. And then, lo and behold, 10 minutes later, who gave him a call to join Tom England?
Oh, dear.
Could be worse. First time I talked to Tom, and he talked about he said, I saw the fall at the Hacienda in 1983. There was Carl Burns and some other bloke on the drums. Bloody charming, that, innit? Hey, do your bleeding homework. Thanks, mate. Never forgiven him for that. Did you ever see Tom? Did you ever see us with Tom and England and the Lovers?
Yes.
Yes.
You did? You said to me that night, when Harry came to see Tom England and the Lovers, he said, "Oh, it's the first time I've ever seen you in a decent band."
Always been honest.
Yeah, very true. I tell you what, I was listening. I heard a while back, and I don't know how. I heard the whole entirety of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yes,
and I know it all. Someone must have.
I was playing it 24 hours a day.
Something must have.
You were playing Slaughter of the Dogs, and I was playing proper music.
I think so. Well, hang on, there's nothing wrong with Slaughter of the Dogs. Good within short band, Slaughter of the Dogs. But no, for some reason, I listened to it and thought, I know every song on this. Yeah. Love Lies Bleeding and
beautiful.
Harmony and me were pretty good.
Well, I used to spend 14 hours a day singing it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, bleeding, whistling it.
Whistling it, yeah.
Whistling Willie Ramsbottom.
He had a lot of problems like that.
He had a lot of problems. He went to art school. Yeah, he went to art school.
I knew that album up by heart.
I knew that album up by heart. That's another album of yours that I know by heart.
Yeah.
Love takes many forms.
The days when they used to tote cotton up and down the zebra crossing outside Woolworths.
That's a great album.
The Blues of Mould and that one.
So the famous people that went to our school, St. Bede's.
Got did my card.
Yeah, school. So St. Bede's.
Since you left me, baby, I don't sleep no more. You took the mattress with you, baby.
when you walked out the door. So Mike Hardy went to our school.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bloke out of
Herman's Hermits. Peter Noon went to our school. Yeah. The aforementioned Terry Christian, he went to our school.
Did he?
He did, yeah. And his brother, you must have been at school with Terry Christian's brother. You must have been. Christian. Something Christian,
yeah.
What was his name?
Christian.
Christian. Bloody hell. Neville.
I was just spending the whole of my time trying not to be hit by teachers. I didn't actually make any friendships.
Well, the times that I was spending not trying to be hit by the teacher, just not trying to be hit by the bigger lads on the playground. It was just a fun time from start to finish, babe.
What a television.
Jesus Christ. Well, John Marr went to Beats. He was drumming out Buzzcocks. So yeah,
Okay.
Oh, there's a few famous people there. Isn't there? But I don't think Peter Noon went very long. He was only there a couple of terms, I think.
Was he?
He would have been before.
He was before my time.
I would hope so.
Not many were.
So any famous people went to Greg's then, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Well, obviously Mark Riley.
Yeah, obviously. Craig Scanlon. Any famous people went to Greg's who weren't in the fall? No, nobody else. Is that it?
The famous mountaineer, what's his name?
Mountaineer?
Yeah.
Sherpa Tenson?
No.
Chris Bonington?
Yes.
Chris Bonington, did he?
He went to Greg's.
He went to St. Greg's, yeah.
Wow.
I think he'd have passed his 11 plus, wouldn't you?
Right, if we go around the room here, Andrew, if we go around the room here, who didn't pass their 11 plus out of the 4?
We didn't have it.
Well, we're going to all make
comprehensive. You're worried about you swanning around your private school. Well, some of us were the comprehensive up end of the wedge.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I think you'll find our school was not private when we went.
No. It was grant maintained.
Grant maintained, I think you'll find.
It's all the bleeding same.
It's not the bleeding same. Oh, yeah, my dad.
Upper class.
Yeah, my dad was stumping out for 2 of us to go to Beads on it at $4,000 a term. I don't think so. He wouldn't pay for the guitar case to me. He wanted to put it back in the bleeding cardboard box. That's why I never had guitars.
He wouldn't pay for a new cap for me when they nicked it off me on the second day, and I got crap for the rest of the year for not having a cap.
Not that it was posh or anything, our school, you know.
Yeah, it sounds really rough, with your cap.
He was the disgrace of the cloisters without
exactly. You and bloody Walter Softy. Jesus Christ.
No,
what did Nasher take your cap off you? Or was it Dennis the Bloody Menace?
So he went back to the shop.
You can find Dennis and Menace has moved on now.
Capping on. Kind of no, you weren't capping on. You couldn't be. You couldn't have a cap. So there you are, Andrew, for talking about famous alumni. A few famous people went to your school, weren't there?
Yes.
Johnny Marr. Yeah. Andy Rourke.
Who else? Andy Rourke, yes. And any famous people who weren't in the Smiths?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. What was it before? It was Columbus, was it? Before it was...
Yeah, so that's when Fletcher was there and that, yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, there was the Columbus and what was the other? What was it?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine's, wasn't it?
Sorry, yeah.
That was where Johnny Marr went. And Jacko.
Same school.
He passed his 11 plus.
Because he passed his 11 plus and then they mixed with Scumbag, where you went.
Scumbag College.
Right.
No, I don't know anybody famous who went to Pleasanton, really.
We don't know anybody famous.
Paul Flynn, did he go?
Paul Flynn, yes. Michael Caine.
Not Michael Caine.
Yes, the MP. The MP.
No, a lot of people know that.
Right, okay, yeah.
No, that
Thank
Michael,
you.
Not the chef.
No, not him. No, not the chef. No.
Is he Michael Caine's? There's 2 of them, isn't there? He's plural.
Michael Caine's Northern. Yeah. Well, Michael Caine's the chef, and then Michael Caine the MP.
Right,
Michael Caine the actor.
Yeah, but he didn't go. I'm pretty sure he didn't go to Pleasanton, did he?
Two of those didn't go. 2 of those didn't go to Pleasanton. No.
Right, we're going to have to wrap up here, chaps, because we're running out of time. So I'm glad we've taken this comprehensive look round the fall.
Oh, yeah, we were discussing the fall at some point, weren't we?
We were supposed to, yeah. But that's all right. Yeah. Brilliant. So what was the best time you ever saw him, Andrew?
Went to this festival once. And we drove there with Carl Burns.
All right.
Me, Steve.
Drove there with Carl Burns?
Carl Burns was in the car. It was some, I don't know, but it was some festival, not miles away, but in this big bowl, and it was absolutely superb. It's a cracking day. The weather was really good, and there were some really good bands on.
Was there?
It was on.
Wasn't in.
It was like somewhere.
Clitheroe.
Something like that. Yeah.
Clitheroe. That was my first gig back after me paternity leave. My second gig back after me.
I don't know who else was on.
Clitheroe Castle.
And he kept shouting out the window at trendy kept saying trendy bastards to everybody out of the window.
He was a beautiful guy. He could even alienate people out of a car window.
No, it was really good. It was just such a good day, and yeah, probably the best one ever. Yeah.
Right. And then there was the gig they did the day you got married. Steve played a gig, didn't he?
He did.
You were. That was what was that? Ian Park.
I wasn't at that one.
No, you don't know that.
No, it's at my wedding.
What a day that was!
Jesus, that was a bit fraught, that, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
it was a good day. It's a good day.
We only got booked at the last minute because somebody had dropped out at Heaton Park.
Yeah. You made it back though, as I recall,
for the
I
gig.
was there at the beginning, and then
I thought you got back.
I don't think he came back.
He did come back.
No, I came back the next day for the
Breakfast
for the do at the house. Yeah.
Ah, yes, we went to your wife's house.
We did.
A very nice time we had.
Yes.
I drove back from. So it's terrible. Left in the middle of the meal, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just after the meal.
Get into do.
Drove back.
Yeah, I did to do.
It was his job.
Hey, how much was the sit-down meal, Harry? You won't remember that, will you?
He didn't pay for it. No.
Crashed my car in Heaton Moor in Stockport. Hit a patch of water. Crashed my car into a tree. Got a taxi from Stockport to Heaton Park. Did the gig. Stayed at Craig's house the next night. Borrowed my mum's car to drive back to Derby for the
Bloody hell.
The next day, and then picked my car up the day after.
Jesus. Oh, you got paid well.
Did you do the gig in your top hat and tails? That in your morning suit.
Merry Christmas to all listeners to the Old Brother podcast, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yes, and remember,
if you're
driving,
don't
take
forget
your
the
car.
Yeah. Anything to add, Stephen?
Might have to cut the Rolf Harris bit out.
Thanks for joining us on Old Brother. Season 2 will begin streaming in the new year, so watch for that. Please follow us on Twitter at Old Brother Show, or subscribe via iTunes, Stitcher, RSS, or any other particular podcast emporium. While you're at it, give us a rating on iTunes. You can also check out our books, The Big Midweek and Leave the Capital, and Have a Bleeding Guest, available from Root Publishers and all good bookstores. Hope to see you all again soon, and remember, if you're driving, take your sleigh.